Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. If you're a diehard Lakers fan, buckle up, because tonight we're diving deep into a moment that could shape the course of the postseason. A night filled with triumph, tension, and a few eyebrow-raising moments. What looked like a flawless evening for the purple and gold turned into something much more complicated. The Lakers secured a crucial win, locked in their playoff position, and gave fans a performance to remember. But one moment left everyone inside the calm arena, holding their breath. Everything started like a dream. The Lakers stepped onto the court with a mission: avoid the play-in tournament at all costs and send a message to the rest of the league that this team isn't just playoff-bound, they're ready to make a serious run. And for 2.5 quarters, it looked like everything was going according to plan. The energy was electric. The offense was crisp. The chemistry, off the charts. Luka Doncic, yes, the midseason addition who turned heads across the NBA, was in full superstar mode. From the very first possession, Luka dictated the pace like a maestro with a baton. Dribbling through defenders, throwing behind-the-back passes, drilling long-range shots with effortless rhythm. He wasn't just playing, he was performing. By halftime, Luka already had 25 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. By the end, he finished with 39 points, 8 boards, and 7 dimes. And the scary part, it felt like he could have had more if the game had stayed close. The supporting cast wasn't far behind. Austin Reeves continues to prove he's not just a feel-good story, he's becoming a real factor in clutch moments. His 23-point night was a masterclass in control and decision-making. Finney-Smith torched the Rockets from the corners, dropping 6 threes and showing just how valuable his spacing and defense could be in a 7-game series. Rui Hachimura, with his strength and verticality, bullied his way to 16 points, attacking mismatches and keeping the momentum in LA's favor. The ball was zipping around the court, the rotations on defense looked sharp, and the bench brought intensity from the moment they checked in. But then came the moment that stopped everyone in their tracks. Around the 7-minute mark in the third quarter, after a routine play, LeBron James reached down toward his left groin. He winced, then walked off the court. The crowd gasped. Social media lit up in seconds. Was this it? Another injury? Another postseason dream slipping through the cracks just as hope was peaking? It was eerily reminiscent of previous years, moments where one tweak or strain to LeBron completely changed the Lakers' trajectory. The official statement came soon after: precautionary exit. No signs of anything serious. But still, that word, precautionary, wasn't enough to ease the nerves of every Laker fan who knows how quickly things can turn. It's hard not to feel a sense of déjà vu. We've seen it before. Brilliant run undone by an untimely injury. And with LeBron just a few months shy of his 40th birthday, every bump and bruise gets magnified. Every time he touches his leg, his ankle, his back, there's a silent fear that maybe this time it won't be minor. That maybe this time the clock finally caught up to the king. And yet, after leaving the court, LeBron was seen smiling, joking with teammates, clapping for every highlight. That's not the body language of a man who thinks something serious just happened. Maybe it was soreness. Maybe it was just smart veteran management. But here's the question that no one's asking out loud. What if it's not fine? What if this tightness lingers? What if it becomes something the team has to monitor throughout the playoffs? Could this be a sign that LeBron won't be at 100% when it matters most? That possibility is where the conversation starts to shift. Because as great as this win was, and as dominant as the Lakers looked, everything changes if LeBron isn't fully healthy. Yes, Luka is amazing. Yes, the supporting cast has improved. But when the lights shine brightest, this team still needs LeBron to do LeBron things. The chase down blocks, the late-game decision-making, the gravity he commands on every possession. Can they go deep without him at his best? Some fans are already asking, could this mean we see more of Luka taking over the offense down the stretch? Is it possible that we'll witness a subtle shift in leadership on the court, not just in stats, but in decision-making and who the team looks to in crunch time? Some insiders believe that this transition has already begun. That LeBron, knowing the limitations of his age, has quietly started to hand the keys to Luka. That this is the year we see the passing of the torch in real time, not in a dramatic, headline-grabbing way, but in the little things. Who brings the ball up? Who gets the final shot? Who talks in the huddle? And then there's the psychological angle. For years, LeBron James has carried the expectations of franchises, fan bases, and even the league itself. But now, in year 21, he might be entering uncharted territory, not as the centerpiece, but as the stabilizer, the floor raiser, the legend who gives you brilliance in bursts, but no longer shoulders the entire load. Is that what we're watching happen? And if so, are Lakers fans ready for that new reality? Meanwhile, the numbers paint an encouraging picture. This team is peaking at the right time. 3 straight wins, locked into home court advantage for the opening round. Offense firing on all cylinders. Defense tightening up. Bench players contributing. And that's not even mentioning the youthful injection late in the game. Rookies Bronny James and Dalton Connect checking in, both draining threes, both getting a standing ovation. That's the future. But the present. The present is full of hope with just a dash of anxiety. Because no matter how good things look on the court, no matter how many threes they hit or highlight plays they produce, everything hinges on one question. Is LeBron James healthy enough to lead this team through the grind of the postseason? And if not, can Luka, Reeves, Rui, and company carry the load? Let's not forget who they'll be up against. The Western Conference isn't forgiving. Denver, Minnesota, Phoenix, Golden State, all teams that have proven they can punch back. And while this Lakers squad might be deeper and more dynamic than they've been in years, they'll need more than talent. They'll need leadership, experience, poise, the kind that only someone like LeBron provides. And that's why his status matters so much, not just for Sunday's game against Portland, but for every single moment moving forward. And as the whispers around the league grow louder about LeBron's defense, about his minutes load, about his ability to keep up with younger, faster guards, only one thing can silence them: a vintage LeBron playoff run. The kind we've seen before. The kind that turns critics into believers. That's the story that's yet to be written. Will he rise once again and prove the doubters wrong? Or is this the beginning of a new era, where others take the lead and the king becomes the sage? And let's talk about the defensive intensity. One of the quiet turning points of this game came midway through the second quarter when Jared Vanderbilt checked in. Within minutes, he had forced 2 turnovers, contested 3 shots, and completely disrupted the Rockets' offensive rhythm. His energy is contagious, and in a playoff series where every possession matters, guys like Vondo become difference makers. D'Angelo Russell also had a sneaky good night. Though his box score might not jump off the page, his floor spacing and calm decision-making were key. Time and time again, when the defense collapsed, he made the extra pass, found the open shooter, or reset the offense. These are the kinds of veteran plays that don't make highlight reels but win playoff games. There was a particular moment in the fourth quarter that summed up the Lakers' current mindset. With the game already in hand, Austin Reeves dove on the floor for a loose ball, crashing into the scorer's table. The crowd erupted. His teammates stood up. That's the kind of hustle you see from a team that knows what's at stake and, more importantly, wants it more than the other guys. What's also flying under the radar is the chemistry in that locker room. Multiple players have talked post-game about how tight this group is. The camaraderie isn't just for the cameras. These guys genuinely enjoy playing together. When you watch them on the bench, they're laughing, pointing out each other's highlights, celebrating small victories. That matters, especially when the postseason gets gritty. The role of Bronny James might be small for now, but don't overlook it. His confidence is growing by the game. Every minute he spends on the floor beside his father is an investment in the team's future, and possibly its present. His defense already looks NBA ready, and if he keeps hitting open shots like he did tonight, he could sneak into the playoff rotation sooner than anyone expected. Fans have also noticed a shift in the team's attitude. There's a quiet confidence that wasn't there earlier in the season. Instead of hoping to win, they expect to win. And that's a dangerous mentality for opponents. When a team believes in its system, trusts its stars, and has multiple guys who can close games, they become a nightmare matchup. The media narrative is also starting to change. National analysts who once doubted the Lakers' ability to contend are now hedging their bets. You can hear it in the tone. If LeBron stays healthy, they're a dark horse. But Lakers fans know this isn't about surprises. This team was built for this moment. All season long, they've been weathering injuries, navigating tough stretches, and still finding ways to win. There's also something to be said about timing. The Lakers have managed to hit their stride at exactly the right moment. While other teams are stumbling into the playoffs, LA is surging. And in the NBA, momentum matters. It's not always the top seed that goes the distance. It's the team that gets hot at the right time and stays locked in. Off the court, LeBron has been a calming presence. In press conferences, he's focused, measured, and constantly redirecting credit to his teammates. That leadership rubs off. When your best player is humble, professional, and totally dialed in, the rest of the roster tends to follow. It's a trickle-down effect that creates accountability at every level. The front office deserves its flowers, too. The mid-season additions, especially Luka and Finney-Smith, have completely reshaped the team's identity. These weren't just flashy moves. They were calculated upgrades. They added size, skill, and most importantly, playoff experience. Rob Pelinka and his team knew exactly what this roster needed and went out and got it. Looking ahead, the Lakers' path won't be easy, but it's navigable. Their first-round matchup will be tough, but winnable. And if they get through it healthy, they'll have the confidence and cohesion to take on anyone. The key will be managing minutes, especially for LeBron and AD, and keeping that bench unit ready to contribute in every series. Anthony Davis, quietly, has been playing some of his most efficient basketball in months. His shot selection has improved. His rim protection remains elite. And perhaps most importantly, he's avoided the nagging injuries that often derail his rhythm. If AD can anchor the defense and give the team 25 and 10 every night, the Lakers' ceiling skyrockets. Fans might be divided on whether Luka is ready to lead this team through a full playoff gauntlet, but there's no denying his impact. He's got the poise, the vision, and the shot-making. What he's missing is experience. But that's what this postseason will provide. Every possession, every series, every pressure-packed moment will be another brick in the foundation he's building as LA's future. In the aftermath of the win, whispers began swirling about potential matchups. Would Lakers be better off facing a slower half-court team like Memphis, or should they aim for a shootout series against Phoenix? Either way, the message from the players was clear. Bring it on. There's no fear in that locker room, just focus. Whoever stands in their way will have to earn every bucket. Even in blowouts, Coach Ham has continued to experiment with lineups. That could prove vital down the road. He's giving players like Max Christie, Cam Reddish, and Jackson Hayes meaningful minutes, not just garbage time. It's part of a bigger plan, building trust and depth now, so that when injuries or foul trouble hit the playoffs, there's no drop-off. And we can't talk about this team without praising the development of Rui Hachimura. He's no longer just a physical presence. He's becoming a reliable option in isolation, a transition threat, and a consistent rebounder. His post-game interviews have shown humility and hunger. He knows he's not a star, but he plays like someone who wants to be the X factor in a deep playoff run. Something that doesn't show up in stats, the body language. Watch how the team reacts when someone makes a mistake. There's no finger pointing, no sulking. Just claps, nods, and quick adjustments. That culture shift is huge. It shows maturity and unity. In the playoffs, when emotions run high, those small things often separate the contenders from the pretenders. Offensively, this version of the Lakers is one of the most balanced we've seen in years. There's no over-reliance on any one player to create. The ball moves. The sets are dynamic. And when the play breaks down, they've got multiple guys who can create something out of nothing. That's why defenses are struggling. They have to pick their poison. On the other side of the ball, the Lakers' switching defense has quietly become one of their strengths. When they lock in, they're capable of switching 1 through 4 without much risk. And even AD has shown he can step out and contest guards without giving up easy lanes. That defensive flexibility is a massive asset in the postseason when matchups become everything. The media keeps focusing on the drama, LeBron's groin, the looming retirement questions, the age factor, but what's really happening is that a new story is unfolding. One about reinvention, about evolution, about a team building around legacy while also preparing for the future. And that duality makes this version of the Lakers so fascinating to watch. In a recent team huddle, cameras caught LeBron whispering something to Luka, then pointing to the scoreboard. Luka nodded, smiled, and on the next possession, nailed a contested step-back three. It wasn't just a great shot, it was symbolic. The legend guiding the future, without needing the spotlight. That's how dynasties begin. Not with ego, but with mentorship. And yet, through all the optimism, there's still tension. Because the margin for error is razor thin. One bad night, one twisted ankle, one cold shooting stretch. That's all it takes to go from contender to watching the finals from home. The Lakers know this. That's why every possession in these final games is being treated like it's Game 7. What also stands out is how the veterans are setting the tone for the younger guys. Guys like Taurean Prince and Christian might not be getting big minutes every night, but they're vocal in film sessions, active on a bench, and always ready when called. That veteran presence creates a stable environment, something younger teams often lack. But what do you think about all of this? Are you confident in the team's chances with Luka leading the charge and LeBron pacing himself? Or do you believe the Lakers still go as far as LeBron takes them, groin tightness or not? Let me know how you're feeling about this playoff push. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. The postseason is coming fast, and this story is just getting started.